rally as well, putting Ultra Prime in a situation where they're now low on ultimates. Panthera can now take a favorable fight, and then once they take position of the card, I don't think they ever gave it away again. So Panthera's defense was solid after the first reset on Ultra Prime.
Just super impressive. It's actually just a continuation of what we've seen on that first control map over on Oasis. Now Panthera, if they can get a solid offense underway, they should have no trouble closing us to a 2-0 lead. Again, not counting my chickens, that is to say. Ultra Prime, they have the aptitude for sure, but do they have the execution?
Yeah, Panthera haven't done great in these opening neutrals as well. They've often lost a support member. It wasn't until Jimmy got the initial kill to hit him that they actually got off the board. X-Ray's low.
Okay, they find Vulture though, and X-Ray's able to stabilize, so there we go. That's what they need, the self-sustain coming through onto the Junker Queen. That's a really good collection as well. All 5 kills coming through for Ultra Prime, some much-needed ult charge early.
Yeah, and we do expect that as well. You know, usually you will get the 5 for 0 here, unless a couple of the other trades that we did get. One player from Panthera did actually die when Ultra Prime were going in, but this case now, Jimmy once again finds Hidden. X-Ray, despite being low, stays alive. That would have been pretty tricky if X-Ray goes down. Kia would have to go back and find the taxi. Here they just get to play another straight 5v5. X-Ray low again.
Yeah, already super low at the start, but again, already sustaining nicely through that lead damage. And now, okay, only 1 trade back. It is X-Ray getting confirmed on, but he'll be able to get back with the team, probably send Keo back for the taxi at that rate. Panthera losing the whole lot of them again. This is starting to shape up to be a pretty solid defense from Ultra Prime.
Yeah, but this time it gets a little bit more difficult. Ultra Prime have to give away space by default now that Lego has respawned. Panthera are ready to go. Ultra Prime likely don't actually have 5 left. I'm trying to get a bit of a hold on where the silhouette of X-Ray is, but okay, has now rejoined, but you can see they have to start so much further back than where they would like to be.
Ultra Prime now, just sort of pushing their way back on to the point when Panthera having taken up the position, Hudden gets kicked off and into the grave. Trades coming through, but favorable trades, I dare say. Actually losing X-Ray could be a bit of a tough break, especially with Spectre pulling out the blade, but
Jimmy!
No, gets cut down. That was huge from Jimmy. I mean, it was, I think, a 2v3 at that point, but it was a winnable one with that blade and a lot of low members, so Jimmy really clutching out there with the kill on Spectre.
That was insane. It was a shutdown on the blade as well. Jimmy now gets to stay alive and play through towards a potential overclock. They have slightly faster ultimates across the board on the tank and the support, so Ultra Prime, they can actually give up a tick here if they need to and come back in.
Oh, dear.
That's a deflect kill to Jimmy, punished.
That's huge. Spectre immediately paying him back for that early
assault, I think,
that he took, and here we go with the rally running. Zerny is dead. Okay, it's going to be ultimates getting committed from Ultra Prime, but it's going to have to be a big high-impact one like the Rampage if they want to actually win this fight, I would say. And I don't know that they have the confidence to commit that. They look like they're just kind of letting the point go. I don't disagree with that, mind you. They bled down a lot of time, but this is still going to be a tight defense on B.
And that's another lost rally for Zerny. He has 2 now on this map, unfortunately. That's quite costly. You never really get the full value of the rally when your rig player is almost instantly dead. Twice in a row. X-Ray never got a chance to put the Rampage in either. Jimmy dying at the start was very unfortunate for Ultra Prime, considering he'd been pulling some major weight on that defense so far. He was a major target, and Panthera will use that to get across.
And there's the Rampage answer here from form of Lego Sound Barrier. Again, all pretty expected beats. Can they get any kills in spite of it? That's a Rampage coming through, and the follow-up is, in fact, there on the Panthera side of the coin, committing the overclock as well. So that's all ultimates committed for Panthera, but I can't blame them. That's a super important fight win, and it puts Ultra Prime seriously on the back foot.
Ultra Prime need to set up the same kind of defense where they can just force 1 reset and then take control of the payload for the rest of this defense. Now, they had actually pushed far enough in their original attacking phase. That is a defendable spot. Let's see, the payload is solo pushing as it was when Ultra Prime was attacking here as well. Here comes Ultra Prime now. Overclock in hand.
Super aggressive. They've isolated Hidden. That's really important. They find out Lego as well. And Panthera just weren't quite able to duck for cover from that overclock as safely as they would have liked. So that's the reset that Ultra Prime
should be 2 players
very sorely needed. X-Ray maybe in a little bit deep here. Starting to get that healing in, though, and they will be able to collect a few more kills. 2 minutes on the clock is certainly enough for Panthera, but it's also short enough for Ultra Prime that with that reset, they can start to anchor a defense now.
Some good late kills there as well, as you saw. Okay, the initial Jimmy overclock comes on in. They get the 2-piece, 5 versus 3. 3 members, or 2 to 3 members, then being caught inside the pub, I believe. This is just going to be extra slowdown. Spectre had deflected that same rail into the head of Jimmy to bring the previous fight. This time, Jimmy will connect it into the face of Spectre
Jimmy's
instead.
Got a grudge.
So these two players have certainly been able to, play a little bit of tennis back and forth, but that allows Kaneki and Jimmy now to look towards ultimate. So the blade is going to be online, nothing to counter on the other side. Spectre doesn't have a blade either, so Ultra Prime even deciding to push up quite far, which, as the payload comes backwards, Ultra Prime now get to hold Archway.
And what can Pantera get done here is the blade out from Kaneki. Finding Vulture, very nice. Anything else to find here? Spectre at least low enough that he's out of the fight. There we go. There's the swipe to finish off Lego, and Spectre will get found as well. That's another reset there, Force. Another minute blade off the clock just about. But Panthera this time can maybe come in with some ultimates. A blade of their own will be available.
That's a late death on him, and so again, these are all impactful in terms of slowing down and bleeding down that timer every single time that